Hello everybody, my name is John and I'm the CEO and founder of Podclass Pro. Decided to take a little time to talk to you all today on a nice beautiful day here in Washington, D.C. Right behind me is the United States Capitol building. Over there is the Supreme Court as well as the Library of Congress. And really, I chose this location because of its immense beauty. You have Greco-Roman architecture everywhere, and you have people from all over the world and all over the United States coming together to come and see some of the greatest artwork that is known to man. Right below me here is the Capitol Visitor Center. If you're down here in DC, why don't you check it out? So I wanted to talk briefly about why Podclass Pro. Well, Podclass Pro is a revolutionary company. We're the only ones that are going to help you achieve your goal, and our method is relatively straightforward. Now, when I was growing up, I learned French and Spanish simply by sitting in a classroom, listening to a teacher, repeating whatever they said in generic phrases, and working on grammar and vocab. Now, did these rules teach me anything? Probably not. Did I make any noticeable gains in my language learning path? No, not at all. In fact, for most of my high school career when I was learning French for 4 years, I had to go in almost every single day to get extra help and extra credit work for these classes. I just simply wasn't making do. Podclass Pro throws that all to the wayside, all to the window. You see, we are here to help you achieve your goals in as short amount of time as possible, of course. No one wants to drag on for years and not make any progress. But in school, with language learning, we never really had that option. Instead, I just memorized the same thing over and over again, year by year, never really changing anything. And Podclass Pro is revolutionary because we said enough with that. We are a premium language learning service catering to young, up-and-coming professionals who want to use language learning as a way to get ahead. Speaking a second language will open many doors to you. And it's time that you put your best foot forward and get there. Whether you're learning English, Spanish, or in my case, Polish, French, and Spanish, a lot of doors can open to you if you speak a different language at a, intermediate to fluent level. And our little secret, I'll let you in on something. We are going to teach you how to speak English or how to speak another foreign language the way that you learned your first language. And I'm going to give you a hint in a couple seconds to figure out what that is. How did you learn your first language? Was it through, sitting in a classroom, listening to a teacher? Or was it what we're doing right now? Am I teaching you a language right now? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that something? I'll let you give a moment. Got your answer? Okay. What was it? If you said that you learned it through speaking, through repeating what others are saying to you, as well as having casual conversations, something that's going to actually impact you and actually help you out, then you're correct. I, for one, didn't learn my native English language by sitting in a classroom. I was talking to my parents, I was talking to my friends, and I was a very chatty child, and still am a chatty adult, just ask my friends and family. We had a lot of talks, and I absorbed a lot of that information. It's something so simple and so basic that everyone forgets to do. In your traditional language learning model, you don't speak. You listen, you repeat whatever is said, and that's about it. In one ear, out the other, as my mother always said when I did something wrong. That is how my language learning went throughout my entire life. If you don't believe me, there are many people who I've helped already with this method of just simply speaking to them, to get them. We can guarantee your results. Just come to our classes, that's all we ask. Now on day one, we can guarantee you, in your foreign language of your choice, you will be speaking. This method is tried and true. I learned Polish this way, I learned Spanish this way. A good friend of mine learned English. Main base was Kurdish this way. Many learned Spanish this way. Many learned French this way. Many learned German this way. In fact, you learned your first language this way. So let's take that and make it happen again. Book a call with one of our amazing coaches and let's get you speaking on day one. Let's unlock your future. Let's unlock your potential. And we can guarantee that. Welcome to the Podclass Pro family, my friends. The future is now. We are the future of language learning. We're keeping it simple and taking it back to how you learned your first language. Podclass Pro is language learning simplified. We're going to put your best foot forward and guarantee you success. I'll see you in class.